Did I scare you? If yes, good. If I didn't, let's just pretend that I did. Last week, I asked you guys to send in your paranormal encounters, and you did not disappoint. So this week, I'm joined by my new friend Julien, and we will be reading your true ghost stories. This will be a very spooky episode of the Morning Brew podcast. So, turn off your lights, check under your bed, and we will see if you can make it through this episode without getting scared. I hope you enjoy. We've done it. Hello, welcome to the podcast. I've got us some creepy cabin ambiance music.
Sweet.
I'm hoping it's not too loud. I'm hoping it's like just right.
Guess we'll find out.
It works. So, welcome. I feel like you know all of my sins, so this is fun for us. Julien, have you ever had any encounters with ghosts or the supernatural?
Other than YouTube. Like, there's a guy that lives in my house. He's lived here. I've lived here for 22 years. He's lived here for 22 years. Every time I walk into the kitchen, I see him sitting diagonally from me. He's wearing a nice suit. Never tried to talk to him because I'm, a little skeptical about it, but I definitely believe in ghosts.
Oh, old guy, young guy?
He's pretty old.
Okay.
I'd probably say like 70s or 80s.
He's like an old fellow. All right.
Yeah.
And he's just minding his own business, doesn't throw anything at you?
No, just sits there, looks at me sometimes.
I'm creepy. So curious about this man that lives in your house.
I know, there's been no deaths in my house. I've looked, I've Googled.
Okay, I was gonna say, I feel like we should look into this sometime. I've only, once or twice, encountered anything spooky, and it was at my old house in California, and there's this hill, so we lived on, so there's a hill, and then there's, a little U of street, and we were on the corner, so at the top of this U, there's, this, mountainy area that, teenagers would go up there to, drink and have sex, and, the fun stuff, and we weren't supposed to go up there, per my mom, but we always went up there anyways. So me and my brother and our older neighbor Anik, we would go up this hill, and one time on our way back down, my brother Kyle was like, dude, there's a ghost dog following us, and I was like, nah, really? But the crazy thing is, I have to find these pictures to show you. Our driveway, the concrete driveway, has paw prints in it. And I was like, no. And then we went on to Google Maps and looked at this hill. And at the time, the Street View camera had captured this hill, and there was literally a man and a dog standing at the top of the hill looking dead in the camera.
No.
And it freaked me out, because that was the paw prints. I was like, there ain't no way. And I went on Google Maps just so you could see. So this area here is the hill. And then this was my house. So we would come up this street, we'd go to this hill. And I don't know if I could zoom in enough that you could see, but a little ways up, there is this. It looks like a tombstone almost. It's like a big square thing. And you can't see into it, you can't go in it or anything, but I found a pocket watch dangling from this tree one, and I took it, because I'm dumb. I took it, and it was in my room, it was in my house. Broke all the rules. And then somewhere up here, because there's a golf course up here, farther up, this is a golf course, and so you could walk this trail, and so somewhere in these woods right here, there's an abandoned car, that has driven off the cliff. And so I'm all this evidence is pointing towards there most definitely is a ghost. And if I don't know how Google Maps works, I'm can I just drop my person here? But if I can do the street view for you, this is the hill. There wasn't there wasn't a basketball hoop there before. But we used to climb up this side, And at the time, there was no grass, so there were, like, it looked like the guy fell. There were, like, drag marks.
Oh my God.
That's my one paranormal experience.
Oh my gosh.
Which is just a lot, but, you know, we've moved. I don't have the pocket watch anymore.
Okay, see, as long as you don't have the pocket watch.
That was so dumb of me to take it, but I was like, what if it's worth money? And you know me, I like money.
That's valid.
So what I did is I asked some of my friends and listeners to submit their own ghost stories for us to read here. And I've got a couple that I've shared with you in this document. So I figure we could just jump into these, I guess.
Yeah.
So this first one is from my friend Annalise, and she submitted 2, so this is just the first story. So Annalise says, here's the first story. My Lolo, I think I'm pronouncing that right, I should have asked first. Grandpa in Tagalog died in October 2016. He was my dad's dad. One night, a couple years after he died, I was still in high school at this point. I walked into my room after having dinner. As soon as I crossed the threshold of my doorway, it smelled different. I instantly knew exactly what my doorway smelled like. My doorway smelled like my Lolo's cologne.
That's weird.
I know this because my grandparents used to visit the States from the Philippines for months at a time when I was a kid. They would always stay in my bedroom, and my bedroom would always smell like him. Safe to say I was familiar with his smell. Tentatively, I asked, Lolo? Out loud. As soon as I asked, the smell vanished.
What?
I was even more confused at this point. I made sure to check my closet, which is near the threshold of my door, to see if the smell was coming from there. When my grandparents used to visit, they had stored some of their sandals up at the top of my closet in a little baggie. I opened up my closet door and they were not there, so my Lolo smell couldn't have been coming from that. The only way that it would make sense for my doorway to smell like my Lolo is if he were visiting me as a ghost. Smell is linked to the oldest part of the brain, which is associated with memory, so it's hard to mistake a smell for something else. I know within my heart of hearts that my Lolo visited me from the afterlife.
Aww.
That's a cute one.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's not, like, you know, scary. That's like a feel-good one.
I'm glad that she explained the closet thing, because I'll be honest, I was like, why are you looking for your Lolo in the closet?
Right? Like, I was gonna say, is he hiding? But I didn't realize
is he hiding?
Not alive anymore.
Yeah, also, I forgot to mention, but I have not read these yet. So they submitted these. I've copy-pasted them so fast, and I did not look at any of these yet. So, Annalise, thank you for sending this cute story about your Lolo. I hope he comes back and visits more.
Right? Yeah.
Alright, and then I don't know if you want to pull it up on your end, or I can scroll for you, but
I think I got it.
We'll jump into Annalise's second story here.
Alright, so for this one it says, for this story's context, it should be noted that I am Catholic and have been so my entire life. The night before Easter Sunday, I woke up with sleep paralysis. I saw a shadowy figure above me and felt a weight pressing on my chest. Absolutely no.
I don't like this.
When I woke up out of the sleep paralysis, I was so effing scared. I was convinced that I was visited by a demon. As Catholics, we believe that the devil is much more active around Easter. He wants to steal away believers from Jesus because he fears the Lord. Satan also knows that Jesus is the strongest at Easter because he resurrects that day. I've never thought about it. The whole time I was getting ready for church that morning, I felt this hollow ache in my chest. I'm pretty sure I was in shock. I didn't know what to make of what I saw and felt and feared for my spiritual safety. Once arriving at church, I made sure to look up at the crucifix hanging from a chain on the ceiling. They say that if you're possessed, you will not be able to look at the crucifix, since it is a symbol of Jesus, the Son of God. Again, another thing I didn't know. I made eye contact with Jesus on the crucifix. Sorry. And an immediate sense of calm washed over me. I could look at the crucifix, therefore I wasn't possessed.
Okay.
I knew I was safe from the devil as soon as I made eye contact with the crucifix. To this day, I don't know whether my brain made me perceive some messed up shit or if I was actually visited by a demon.
Interesting. So I'm not religious. However, those things make sense. Looking at a crucifix. So now I'm like, should I keep a crucifix in my room just in case I think maybe something's happening?
Yeah, I mean, I used to be super duper religious. My dad grew up Catholic. I did not. I was Presbyterian and non-denominational. But I didn't know all that stuff, like, about, you know, being able to look at a crucifix and never thought about Jesus being the strongest. But that's
Easter.
Scary.
Interesting.
Ugh.
I guess that's because when I think Easter, I think of, like, you know, some huge guy in a bunny suit. And I'm like, yes, Satan.
Yes.
Yeah, have you ever had sleep paralysis?
Yes, I have it a lot. And it is terrifying. Like, I will think that I see a bunch of, like, bugs or people in my bedroom and I can't move and I'm just laying. It's terrifying. So to think it's like a demon, I would probably pee my pants. So good for Annalise for not peeing her pants.
Yeah, like, so how do you, like, do you just have to, like, wait it out? Or are you able to, like, kind of wake yourself up or anything like that?
I usually just have to wait it out. Like, I know, obviously, that, like, it is fake. At first, I'm like, oh my God. But then I'm able to, like, talk myself into, you know, okay, this is fake. This isn't happening. But yeah, it's just kind of one of those things where you just gotta wake up.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I think I've only had sleep paralysis once, and it was before I knew what it was. Like, at my old house, I was sleeping and I woke up, and I'm like, there was, like, a black, like, shadow figure in, like, a cloak, like right over me, right? And it didn't have a face or anything. It was just, like, a cloak, and so I'm just kind of like, I don't know what is happening. It looked like a Dementor, actually.
That's exactly what I was gonna ask. I was like, so Dementor.
It stared at me for a little bit, and then it walked, like, towards the head of my bed where the wall was, and it went through the wall and was just gone. But here's the thing, is I dream in 5 senses, which is whack. So I can, like, feel, hear, like, everything in my dreams, which is so weird. So I could feel the, like, cold cloak on my face as it walked towards the back. So I really had no idea if it was really there or not. And when I woke up, I was like, Mom, there was someone in my room. And you know how parents are like, no, there was not someone in your room, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no. You don't understand. Like, there was someone in my room.
Yeah.
And, like, fast forward a couple years later when I started watching Supernatural, like back when it was good, like season 1, 2-ish era, there's an episode about this thing called a Striga, which is like a shadow cloak figure that preys on kids. And it goes through the siblings and leaves a handprint on, like, the window. And I was like, well, if that came to me, then I was like, hey, Kyle, it's coming for you next, bitch.
Like, have fun with that one.
Because I'm a dick. But yeah, I call it dream walking. It's like lucid dreaming. But, like, I can sometimes do that. But yeah, not for sleep paralysis.
Yeah, no. Not fun.
I wonder if that's what happened when I was really young. I used to have this, like, recurring, like, nightmare, but I would always be awake, that there was, like, a really short, like, fat guy at the foot of my bed and a really tall, like, skinny guy at the head of my bed, and they were always yelling over, like, physically over my head. And I don't know why, something about the contrast of the skinny one and the fat one, and they were dressed like they're from a 1920s circus and had, like, cigars, and I don't know. It might have been trauma from Pinocchio.
Okay, yeah, I was thinking Abbott and Costello, but yeah, that too.
I don't know, they were just always bickering, and I was like, can you get out of my room? Like, I'm trying to sleep, I don't know what the you're doing, but, like, get out.
I mean, at least it wasn't, like, scary.
Yeah, at least it wasn't a demon, you know. So this next story comes with photos, so I'll wait to scroll, actually. And this is from a friend that I've known since middle school. And this is written in the form of text messages, so I'll just read it as is. So it says, basically, as a kid, every summer my family would take a road trip to this tiny-ass town in Nebraska with under 1,000 people living there, and we'd spend a few months there and stuff, but the house is over 100 years old and is the second house built in the town, so that's already creepy to me.
Yeah.
Small towns really freak me out. And as is standard with any house that's in the ass crack of Tornado Alley, it had a basement. But it always looked creepy as hell and gave me horrible vibes my entire childhood. I actually saved a photo I took of the basement from last time I went. I mean, it's not of the basement, it's of the entrance, because to this day I refuse to go down there. Like, you cannot get me into the f***ing basement, man, no way. Are you ready for the picture?
Yeah.
Wait, where's the entrance?
Yeah,
Is it, like,
hold on.
Wait. Are these stairs?
I think that's stairs, yeah, I think that's going down.
I'm gonna try and describe the photo for the listeners. It's like a crusty looking cement wall that kind of looks like, insulation, almost.
Yeah.
And there's, like, shit dripping off it and, like, stains and whatever. And then there's, like, a kind of railing and a platform, and it looks like the platform curves against the corner into stairs or something like that. And there's, like, someone's jacket hanging on it, which sucks to suck. Also, who's, like, what is that? Someone's, like, panties or something?
I was gonna say a towel.
I don't know what that is. Also, why do these windows look like this? That cannot be safe. Like, how does this pass inspection is my question.
I don't know. It looks like they're, like, soaked in, like, water or something.
There are termites living in this house.
Ugh.
And apparently other things as well. Okay, but basically, LOL, when I was, like, 12, Bree, our other friend, and I were texting, and I was telling her about the creepy-ass basement. And this was while she was super into Supernatural, as we were. So she jokingly told me to toss some salt in the basement and get rid of the ghosts. And me being 12 and having never seen Supernatural, I took some table salt and threw it all over the basement floor and left right after. Anyways, I didn't go in there again until I was like 15 and went down there again to take photos. There was like an Arbor Day fair that day, so my entire family was out of the house and at the local park. Stop, you stayed at the house?
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
Like, nobody was home except me and my dog Tractor, and he was asleep. First mistake is being alone in this house.
Yes.
Wait, you went by yourself while you were alone? Because it says, but when I got to the very last step, I heard creaking footsteps behind me, and then a hand on my shoulder.
Okay, there's so...
Excuse me, my friend, you know who you are.
Like, that's the first rule.
Why?
If you're scared of something, especially a basement, you don't go down alone.
Listen.
That's like, this is the start of a horror movie.
Like, I thought I was dumb for taking the pocket watch, but come on, man. Your dog is asleep. Your family is not home. You're in the ass crack of Tornado Alley, and you're gonna go into the asshole of this haunted house? I would never.
Oh my god.
You could not pay me to do that. Okay, so they said, I heard footsteps behind me and then a hand on my shoulder, but it didn't feel like something physical. You know that prickly, tingly feeling you get on the back of your neck when you know you're being watched? It was like that, but in the shape of a hand on my shoulder. So I freaked the absolute out and sprinted back upstairs and blocked the door to the basement with a brick.
With a brick. Like, some entity isn't gonna be able to...
They're not gonna throw the brick.
I'm getting Stranger Things vibes.
I know. Oh my... You know that tingly feeling you get when a ghost touches you? No, I don't know that feeling, and I don't want to. What do you mean? Oh my god. Anyways, that night, the washing machine that was in the basement, busted a pipe, suddenly, and the entire basement was flooded with nasty water. You know that scene in It?
Yes, when they're in the and he comes up
You'll
from the
float too.
water.
You'll float too. That's the vibe I'm getting right now. Oof. The thing is, there was a drain in the basement just in case that happened, but it wasn't working. It was like a shower drain with a grate over it. My dad finally managed to get the grate off and found a really, really, really old rag that was shoved in the drain pipe beneath the grate, and nobody knows how the it got there.
It was probably the rag that was on the stairs.
From the photo? That rag? So what are we... Okay, so let's unpack this. What are we thinking happened that someone shoved an old rag into this drain pipe?
They wanted death down there.
Like,
they were like, oh, we know what we're gonna do.
Do we think this is like premeditated ghost murder where like they block the pipe and try to flood the house? Or do we think someone committed a crime in this basement and hid the evidence in the grate and thought no one would find it?
Both. I don't know. That's...
It's the ghost of the person that was killed, and they want someone else to die because they said, look, if I have to die, someone else has to die.
There you go. That would be a good,
That's the kind of petty that I live for. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's...
Honestly, this one gets points because it came with a photo.
Yeah.
Wild. So this last one is from my lovely father.
I'm so excited. I gotta do him justice.
You could do an impression of my dad if you want, based on the limited things I've told you.
Gosh. Alright,
no,
sir.
You don't have to.
Gonna hope to do you proud here. Alright, said. Here is my Ouija board experience. It was my freshman year away at college. I was living in the dorms. It was a co-ed building with 4 wings. 2 wings had boys and 2 wings had girls. As Christmas break approached, many of the students started leaving the dorms for the holidays. On the last night, before the remainder of us left, we were socializing. There was about 6 of us, boys and girls, hanging out in one of the dorm rooms. Then one of the girls brought over a Ouija board. I had never seen anything like this or even knew what it was. So 4 of us put our hands lightly on the indicator thing. The rest of the kids were around watching in awe and asking questions.
Is my dad hanging out with witchy bitches in college? Is that what's happening?
Right?
Because well, first of all, Hogwarts vibes. Second of all, why are you doing a Ouija board at Christmas break and not during Halloween? Also, maybe. Just because he likes feedback, there were about 6 of us, not there were.
I almost changed it, but then I was like... I'm going to read it how it was written.
You got 2 writers here reading this
down. We all swore we were just very lightly touching the indicator thing and not moving it. About 3 or 4 questions in, the indicator started moving slowly in a figure 8 pattern. And someone asked if there was someone in the room with us. It moved to yes, paused for about 2 seconds, then started moving into a figure 8 again. As questions were asked, it would move to yes or no, pause, then start moving. Then someone asked who was there with us, and the indicator started moving a little faster, then stopping abruptly. Oh boy. MEPHISTOPHELES. I can't even, At the time, we didn't even know what it spelled, but someone was writing down the letters, then read it out loud. This is before cell phones and Google.
Thanks for clarifying.
Only one person in the room knew what that was, and they did not have their hands on the indicator. So what is that?
I'm gonna Google it right now, but I want to say it was... What the f***? It was like...
Oh, Mephistopheles?
Yeah, so Mephistopheles, also known as Mephisto, is... Sorry, that's a funny name. Mephisto. Oh my god. is a demon featured in German folklore. He originally appeared in literature as the demon in the Faust legend, and he has since appeared in other works as a stock character. Dr. Faust. What?
I would like to know who your dad is hanging out with that just happens
to know
who this is.
Images come through. So...
Oh, he looked cool.
Here's the question of the hour, Julian. Smash or pass?
Smash.
Yeah, this guy looks like, Krampus, but human, if that makes sense.
And he kind of is giving off Maleficent vibes, if, like, guy? Maleficent was, like, a gay-as-heck girl.
This one looks like if Maleficent was, like, a sexy barber and knew how to do a good lineup. I don't know.
And he's got, like, an infinity stone on his chest.
Stone? He's got the time stone. I want to know more about what kind of demon... Okay. In the 1725 version, Mephistopheles is a devil in the form of a Grey Friar summoned by Faust in a wood outside Wittenberg.
The second one down there says he was a fallen angel torn between satanic pride and dark despair.
Why is that me? My new Instagram bio?
I'm gonna be like, that's me.
Like, what is a Grey Friar?
I don't know.
I'm gonna Google that really quick, too. Grey Friar. That did not answer my question at all. A Franciscan friar? How did you contact a demon from 1725?
That's so odd.
Oh, it's a religious... What? I don't know these words.
He's a shapeshifter.
Oh, well,
he came into Faust's slab by disguising himself as a poodle. What?
What kind of dumbass lab technician is gonna be like, oh, cool, a poodle, and then he's like, surprise, I'm a demon.
Surprise.
Are these like Friar Tuck people? Is that offensive? Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
I
That's
have no
just,
idea.
I'm looking at the picture and I'm getting Friar Tuck vibes. It's not a bad thing. I'm just curious.
No.
I'm going off Robin Hood here.
He's apparently he's like so cunning and deadly that he is to be equal to Loki.
I'm not gonna complain if Loki wants to like come into my room on a Ouija board. I'm just saying.
You know.
I didn't know that the Ouija board thing moves in a figure 8. Is that a thing that happens?
I didn't think so. I thought it just moved to whatever thing. I don't know. Is that like a thing with Mephistopheles?
Attention witchy bitches. Please let us know, 1, what the indicator thing is called, and 2, does this happen on Ouija boards? Because I would not know.
Alright. So, let's see where we were. Before we had cell phones and Google. Only one person in the room knew what it was. We quickly said goodbye and put the board away. We all swore that we were not moving the indicator and that we didn't even know how to spell that word nor what it was. Still scares me to this day.
I love that their defense is, I don't even know how to spell that.
Right? Like, what is this? I mean, when I was reading it, I was like, stop here? No, stop.
Oh, yeah.
Stop.
We're like trying to figure it out. I'm like, meep? Meep his? Stop? Hell?
Mess.
I mean, here's my theory. One person in the room knew what that was, and they did not have their hands on the indicator. I think they're the demon in disguise.
I mean, some kind of something was going on there, because, I mean, I don't mess with Ouija boards. I think that is, like, something that definitely can contact demons. So, if it's somehow spelled out this random word and it happens to be real, then, okay, gotta be something.
Because, like, what if they were just keyboard slamming, you know, and it just
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I see Ouija boards are interesting to me because I'm scared of them, but I also a little bit think that they're bullshit. but only a little. Like, I'm still not gonna fuck with them, you know, but I'm just like, you're moving it. I'm like, you're moving it. Like, because if it's like a placebo effect, scientifically, I'm thinking someone is moving it. Specifically, that bitch who didn't have their hands on the indicator and knew what that word meant. But like, I don't know, dude.
Yeah, I want to know about the figure 8 thing. That's so odd.
The figure 8 thing, and then
because I didn't know that it
have that.
I didn't think it did that. So that's weird.
I'm checking. Does a Ouija board move in a figure 8? Oh, 5 dangerous things you should never do with a Ouija board. Do I care? Do I want to know?
Hold on. Is 8 like a number for like an occult thing?
That's a good question. I know if you summon something, you're like not supposed to talk to them and you're not supposed to invite them in.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Also, aren't you not supposed to break contact or something?
I think so. I think you have to, like, if you get contact, you have to end up like ending it. I know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you have to say goodbye, I think.
Yeah.
Stupid ad. Rule number 1, never use a Ouija board in your home. Okay. Number 2, keep talking to a countdown spirit. I don't know what that means. Oh, are these things not to do? Don't keep talking? Oh, it's called a planchette?
Planchette.
Dude, you moved it. No, I didn't. Oh, if it counts down numbers, what do you do? Say goodbye immediately. Oh, if it starts counting down.
Yeah.
Don't dare the entity to show proof. Well, duh.
In a rude way.
Yeah. Wait, look at number 4. Julian, communicate with a spirit who demonstrates the figure 8. Wait. We might have to do a second zoom because it's counting down on us. But number 4 of the top 5 rules for not to do with a Ouija board is don't communicate with a spirit who demonstrates the figure 8. This is another thing that some horror movies get really wrong. The characters are sitting at a table. The Ouija board seems to warm up by making a figure 8 with a planchette. Cool. You connected, right? Yeah, you did, but the figure 8 is a demonic sign that implies eternity, and more specifically, eternal torment. So if the planchette starts moving in a figure 8, immediately say goodbye. You're talking to the dark side of the Force.
Your dad needs to go get some holy water.
We need to bleach my dad with holy water. And also track down the girl that had the Ouija board and the guy who knew what that was, because...
Yeah, all of them.
First of all, if you have a Ouija board, shouldn't you know these rules? Like, shouldn't she have shut that down immediately if...
She probably was like, ha ha ha.
She's like, I'm gonna Loki. Number 5, don't make friends with a spirit named Zozo. An average Joe kind of guy put a very public warning that went viral. I think I've heard this story, and it reminds me of those, like, chain email stories where it's like, oh, you know, but I still won't fuck with it. I don't, like, I'm not the kind of person that's gonna go testing it. Like, I'm not that chaotic. But what the fuck? Oh my god, I'm gonna send this to my dad. I mean, not that this is, like, a credible site necessarily, puzzleboxhorror.com, but...
That's still
Ouija
weird.
Board, paranormal, Reddit. I just want to know if this is legit. She asked for its name, but the planchette shut up. The planchette began to trace a figure 8 all over the board. Kim quickly closed the session and asked me to leave. I asked what happened, but she's never touched her board since. Bro.
Good for them. Don't touch that board, man.
Like, how do you even dispose of them? That's a good question. Because
burn it.
Who's going out printing these? Ouija board figure.
What's it called? It's some maker of game, because it's like a game board. You can get it at Target.
I am not gonna buy my Ouija board from fucking Target.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just like you get it in like a game board box.
Why is Amazon reviews literally telling you the do's and don'ts for these?
Yeah, Hasbro. Yep, same day Target delivery. Ouija board.
Thanks, Target. Same day delivery. Oh my god, all these rules are like the same. If you're using the Ouija board and are not the leader should not ask joke questions. Sure. I also would ask joke questions, so I probably should never do this.
Yeah, I feel like you should not be the leader here.
Always end the session by saying goodbye. Did he say in his story that they said goodbye?
I think so. Yeah, we quickly said goodbye.
Okay. Panicked for a second.
Yeah.
If a spirit starts communicating with you by making the planchette make a figure 8 or infinity symbol, immediately end the session by saying goodbye. This is another way malevolent spirits have revealed themselves.
Oh my god.
If you begin to suspect that you're in contact with a malevolent spirit, immediately end the session by putting the planchette on goodbye. It also helps to leave the physical space you're in to sever the energy between the group and the spirit.
No, I thought I'd just hang out there.
College dorms, man. If you are experiencing depression, it may be good to avoid using a Ouija board. That kind of energy draws in malevolent spirits. Good for me. Wow. Well, that took a kind of dark turn.
Yeah, good God.
Wow, good to know that that's connected to my actual father.
I was gonna say, yeah, now it's gonna follow you.
Well, see, because he just said a couple weeks ago, because my mom was out of town, and he's like, dude, I woke up at 3 a.m., the witching hour, and he's like, it felt like someone sat on the bed with me, he felt it move down.
No!
And he said he turned on the light and there was no one there. I'm like, you dumb bitch. What have you done?
Oh my god.
What have you let into our home? So.
I will say, a couple, last week, I think, I woke up at 3:33.
No.
And I, literally just sat in the bed. I had to pee so bad, and I was like, nope, I'm just gonna wait till 4 a.m. Just gonna wait till 4 a.m.
We'll just wait. We'll hold it. It's fine. Yeah, I don't fuck with that. Oh my god. Wow. So I was gonna rank these in terms of scary, and my friend from middle school was gonna win. However, considering the fact that my dad is connected to a malevolent entity, I kind of think that takes the cake.
Yeah, I think he wins.
I think he wins too. Zoom's gonna kick me off, so I'll do my quick outro. Thanks for joining me on the podcast, Julien, and reading scary stories with me.
No problem.
Alright, I'll talk to you later. Bye. So, you've made it to the end of the Halloween special. Did the plot twist shock you as much as it shocked myself and Julien? As always, leave a like and share this podcast with a friend, and let me know in the comments. Are you scared?